So he actually created his own steering wheel, and he started to win races. And other driver from the paddock said, "Oh, I'm interested on your steering wheel." And he said, "Okay, I will make you one." And that's how we start the business.
The biggest thing that I like that we do, and we didn't know we did this, all right? You just kind of start out like Columbus did. You know, we're just going across the ocean, and you just, you know, but we ended up, we see that we connect the industry. Welcome to the SEMA Roundup 2025, the Gain Traction podcast. Had the privilege of interviewing many people out at SEMA. This episode is brought to you by Tread Partners and our media partner, Tire Business. All right, folks, I've got Gianluca Grioni. I didn't mess it up.
That's correct. That's correct. Perfect.
I did it great.
Yeah.
With Momo Tires, USA. You live in the Atlanta area, Rome, but you travel.
Travel all over the U.S., Canada, and Mexico.
Yeah. So I welcome you to the Gain Traction podcast.
Thank you very much. I'm really glad to be here.
So you're originally from Italy?
I'm originally from Italy. I've been working in the industry since 1997.
Okay.
That's when I started on.
So you got a little bit of experience.
Yeah, I did kind of all different type of position, starting as a test driver.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
And then ending up in the marketing.
But you worked for Pirelli.
I worked for Pirelli for exactly 22 years.
Wow, that's awesome. And then you fell in love with an American, right?
I did, and it's so funny because she's from Rome,
Rome, Georgia.
Yeah. And when I said I'm married with somebody from Rome, they think is Rome, Italy, and then I said no, Rome, Georgia, and they all like,
that's great.
That's the story.
Well, tell us a little bit about Momo Tires. First of all, I think your name's cool.
No,
I like it.
Thank you. So Momo is a brand that actually was born in 1964.
Okay.
So the brand was born by this gentleman F1 driver called Giampiero Moretti.
Yeah.
And he didn't like the steering wheel that was provided to him. So he actually created his own steering wheel, and he started to win races. And other driver from the paddock said, "Oh, I'm interested on your steering wheel." And he said, "Okay, I will make you one." And that's how we start the business. So, and the name Momo comes from Moretti, M-O, and Monza, that is the racetrack from Italy that he was coming from. And so Mo from Moretti and Mo from Monza. And that's where Momo comes from.
Perfect. I like it.
Yeah.
But it's easy to remember. So you guys, but then what was it? 2012. You got into tires.
So in 2012, they decided to also create a tire division for the Momo brand.
Yeah.
And that started in Europe.
Okay.
And in 2017, they wanted to start a operation in the US market, and that's when it started.
Okay. So you're here in the United States, you're the vice president of sales. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm just thinking out loud because we are a lot of our listeners, our primary base of listeners is tire dealers, store operators, owners, the counter sales reps. If they're interested in learning more about Momo Tires, where do they go online?
So we have a website, obviously, that is momotire.it right now.
.it, okay.
Yes, and we are working for a specific one that is going to come out this year for momotire.com. Just to give you a little bit of background, until a few months ago, we were licensing the Momo name. And in March of this year, our company bought the brand. So now we own the Momo brand, and it actually there was an article on Tire Business about this.
Yes, I remember seeing that.
And that's why now we had some difficulty and have some different websites, because now we just change of our owners, and so now we're gonna create our own momotire.com.
So
in the US.
Let's say somebody's listening and says, "Yeah, I might try a set or two and see if I can sell them or whatever." Where would they go for distribution to pick the tires?
So we have local distributor throughout the United States, and we have also some nationwide distributor. We're gonna help now come out with a campaign where they can easily find through our social media, find the exact dealer that they can find through the country.
Are you at liberty to name a few of those distributors?
Well, we have a big distributor in it's called Discount Tire Center in California.
Okay.
They have multiple store, and they also operate on the wholesale side as the tire network.
Is that the End on Ends?
Correct.
Yes.
That's the Andonian. Yes,
Okay.
that is one. I have to say that they are the one that they believe on the brand straight away, and since 2018 they've been a big partners of ours.
That's awesome.
And we keep growing and we keep developing the program with them. So
what about towards the east? Anybody stand up?
We have other distributor in the south of southeast in Miami. We have some distributor in Tampa. Now we have also a few that we are starting to introduce in the Northeast. So this is this year was like the year where we decide that we need to increase our distribution. And that is why, because we did some strategic change and partner with some manufacturer, and now we're feeling that we have the right product for this country, and we have also the right availability for this product.
Awesome.
And that's why we want to try to find some partnership with some new distributor.
Okay.
And we feel that now in 2026 we're going to go out and try to find a lot of partners that they want to work with us. So we feel that we have the range now for the US, and we have also really good production behind us that can back this up for us.
And okay, so Momo's a company, but you make your tires in a variety of countries.
Yes, currently we produce tires in Vietnam, mainly for the US, and we have production also in Serbia, and we have production in Hungary and also in China. So let's say that Momo Tires is started in 2012, and we sell and we distribute over 60 countries right now. And we sold over 1 million tires in the world up to these days. So we are keep growing and increasing our.
That's outstanding. Do you ever see you guys producing tires here?
But we really not. I don't think we
not
will
right now.
No, right now. Yeah.
So right now, I mean, and I'm just trying to make this clear for the listeners, but you're looking for more distributors throughout the United States.
We are looking for more distributors for the United States, and we feel like now we have the products and the production that can help us to back up this.
So you like your quality, you like your price point.
Yes, I think we are really well positioning, and there is an advantage with our brand because it's not saturated in the market, and there is not a lot of competition. We want to try to find some partner that we can partner with in a local area, so we don't create some big, let's say, fraction with one customer and then the other one. So right now we're in a good.
So you're allowing a little bit of exclusivity.
A little bit of exclusivity in that area if they manage to.
That's nice.
And we also make it very easy. Right now the program is a direct container program, and but we don't put any minimum quantity or you need to buy this many tires. We feel like you can try one containers, and then we feel that once I had customers that they were really scared when they were receiving the first container, the same day they called me back and they immediately ordered another container. So we feel that if you really want to try our product and you're going to get the first containers, you will see that the quality and design and the Italian style that they put into the tires will be really beneficial for this market.
I'm glad that we did this interview because I didn't know a lot about your company.
And this is what we have to do, and we want to focus in 2026 too, is try to put our name out there. So Momo as a brand has a really historical heritage on the motorsport side, and now we need to tell them that we also have a tire line.
Absolutely.
And that's what we're going to focus this year, try to do a bigger effort to let people know that there is also Momo Tires.
All right, welcome to the Gain Traction Podcast. I've got Clint Young here.
Mike, it's good to see you. Mike, right? It's Wednesday.
That's right.
Hump
Day, baby.
At SEMA.
Clint is president and COO of Point S Tire. And man, I always love seeing you.
I love seeing you too.
I'm telling you.
It's
and
fun.
I got to meet your wife last night for the first time.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
At one of the events?
Yes,
I must have stepped away.
you did. And
Yeah, good.
I said, I mean, she actually said she had heard of me. Like you had brought me up before.
Yeah, of
so I was
course.
like, all
Everybody
right.
knows Mike.
But no, we had a great conversation. But
Nice.
that event obviously is fun, and
Yeah.
always love running into you or whatever. And I love Point S. Point S is a great organization.
When this is a great organization.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what's new that you can tell the world?
Growth. We're just growing like crazy. Internationally, nationally. Internationally, we're up to 6,700 outlets.
Amazing.
51 countries.
Now, how does that impact, just for the listeners, how does that impact your buying strength? Yeah, even the international effect on the American market.
I mean, it's a great question. It's a complicated question.
Yeah.
Because growth doesn't always mean benefit for every country. But growth is always good, and eventually it helps everyone.
Yeah.
Negotiating with the manufacturers is always
Still brings some form
a
of leverage.
challenge. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. I mean, people want to work with other organizations that are winning, right? And if you're not growing, it just doesn't look good on your organization, and it just doesn't give you the leverage that you need. So that does help us. But nationally, we're still growing like crazy. We'll add almost 80 stores this year for
Congratulations.
2025.
That's fabulous.
Thanks.
Yeah. So how many rooftops does that mean,
That'll be
roughly?
roughly by the end of the year, that'll be about 470
That's awesome.
in the U.S.
That's awesome.
And we're in 39 states now too.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you guys.
Speaking of awesome, 200 episodes. Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It didn't really register. You just kind of, you just keep doing it. And all
Yeah.
of a sudden you just look up, and we had Sonny on, and then Sonny said, I'm going to flip the script on you.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean? And he goes, I'm asking the questions.
Oh.
This is your, and I'm like, whoa. And all of a sudden it was real weird. But
Did that make you feel weird?
yeah, because, when I do the interview, I know I'm comfortable asking questions
Sure.
in a conversation.
You're in control.
Right. and all of a sudden he said it, and I don't get nervous interviewing people, but all of a
Right.
sudden I became nervous because I'm thinking, what's he going to ask me,
Yeah.
And then he gave me a little heads up. So this was like the day before or whatever, after he told me he didn't tell me he was going to ask me. He just said, I'm just telling you, we're going to talk a little bit about your podcast, where you came from, where
Oh, he was
So-
prepared.
yeah. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh gosh,
Yeah.
so I had to start thinking. I did. I put some thought into it, and so I appreciate you saying something. But then it did dawn on me. We've reached 200. You know,
That's
and
a big deal. That's a lot of chats.
It's a lot of
Right?
chats. Yeah, because I do a preliminary call too with people.
Right. Yeah.
So you just add that in there. But it's been a journey. But the biggest thing that I like that we do, and we didn't know we did this. All right, you just kind of start out like Columbus did.
Right.
We're just going across the ocean, and you just But we ended up, we see that we connect the industry, and then we have fun building up every brand and the people behind it.
Cool.
And so
Yep.
we're a softball interview. We're here to help the industry,
Yeah, for sure.
and
Well, you keep it fun.
make it fun, let people know who they are, not get the technical stuff. People, they can read the technical papers if they want.
Sure.
We're here to know the people behind the brand.
Yeah. Well, and then you appeal to a bigger audience too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. Your show's fun to listen to. And it's come a lot. First time you and I talked, when we did the podcast, no cameras, obviously, right? And you had the little microphones. I know cameras are cool. And now you got the heads. What is it with podcasts and the big headsets? Like, if you're going to do a podcast on video, you have to have a big headset.
Well,
Because they make them smaller than this.
Oh, I know. What's so funny? I think Joe Rogan started it, and they
Okay.
still do it on his show. But
Hopefully my head doesn't look as big as Joe Rogan's.
so for us, at
Yeah.
least in an environment like this, you can see how it knocks out the noise. Like,
Yes.
me and you can really talk,
Yes. Yeah.
and you don't get distracted or whatever. So
Mhm.
for an environment like this, totally get it. But I actually even like it in my office because I don't know who's going to walk in.
Sure.
I don't know. Something can happen around my office, and I'm like, this lets everybody know that's got to talk
Yeah.
to me.
Is your office at home?
It is,
Okay.
but
So if the vacuum's running, then no one would hear it.
it's just that I'll get one of my sons. All my kids are older, but people just come walking in your office.
Mhm.
Dad,
Yeah.
and then now they do this. They always peek
Got
in,
the
like,
headphones
and,
on.
all right, and they'll close the door.
That's
so
a good sign.
It does. It helps.
Yeah.
But it's the indicator for them,
Sure.
because you could be in a conversation and they don't know. Like, if they hear it, sometimes they just think maybe he's watching a YouTube video, or maybe he's, watching something else, whatever.
Yeah.
And they think it doesn't mean anything, but now when they get to visually see it,
yeah. That's cool.
So
what else do you want to talk about? Cold plunging? You want to talk about football?
do you do cold plunging?
I do.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I'll take cold showers. I don't do the plunge.
You get some of the same
Yeah,
benefit.
you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get more of the mental benefit from the shower, the physical benefit you get from the plunge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
one of the reasons I was late today, because I had to fill up a bathtub full of ice.
I've never
That's not
done
true.
the plunge, but I need to. But the cold shower thing, somebody challenged me years ago to do it, and I do it on a regular basis.
Yeah.
But and I'll do it through the winter. But I'll tell you right now, it never gets easier mentally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
like
a shock. Well, that's the benefit of it.
When you know you got it cranked up.
Yep.
It's January.
Yeah.
And you're just like, man.
Yeah.
And it's 30 degrees outside, and you're thinking,
I know. Why am I doing this?
But it's weird because of the mental. But I love it because you defeat yourself every day.
Yeah.
Right out of the gate.
I mean, there's all those sayings, like you do something hard every day, you're just going to be better for it. And it's definitely a great way to start the day.
Yeah.
But just the physical and, the emotional benefits from it are really good. I keep my plunge
It's supposed to be really good for your immune system.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's good for all those things.
You draw your blood, you move your blood in and out of your skin.
Inflammation.
Yes.
Chronic muscle stuff it helps with.
Well, when world-class athletes are doing it across all sports, it's a big deal.
I'm 2 years in. My plunge is at 42 degrees.
Okay.
And I just actually turned it up. It's 42 in the summer. I just turned it up to 45 just to take the edge off a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'll do 4 to 6 minutes every day.
Stout.
And my kids hate it when I talk about it. Like, don't be that guy. Don't be that guy
I'm glad you did.
that talks about cold plunging all the time.
Well, but you know what? Maybe somebody else benefits from it. It's so funny.
It's changed my life for sure.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
that's a big statement.
I'm an ex-college football guy.
Yeah.
I did some Ironmans and triathlons and things, and I'm way retired from all that stuff.
Yeah.
But, that leaves you with some permanent stuff, like, aches and pains. And I used to have a hard time getting down the stairs every morning, just, until my ankles would warm up or whatever. All of that is gone. Like, I have zero impact from that anymore.
That's a big deal, though. I think it's important to witness things like that, because other people are listening thinking, hey, you mean I might be able to knock it out with some cold plunges?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, especially in our industry, think of all the
yeah.
hardworking men and women that are in the shops every day, busting their backs.
All you need is a bag of ice and a bathtub.
Yeah. I mean, if Brad Pitt can do it in F1, I mean, you and I could do it every day.
But, so my dad, I played 4 years of rugby in college, and my dad would always say, he knew, I'd have an injury here or there or whatever, and he'd say, you're going to feel that later.
Mm-hmm.
I go, he'd be like, no, I'm telling you, when you hit your 40s, I'm in my 50s now. He goes, when you hit your 40s, he said, that pain, it's going to show up again. I'm like, Dad, I'm fine. I'd be like, man, is he right? It was almost like he knew just like that perfect biological part. All of a sudden, those little aches and that injury you had, all of a sudden you'd be like, why are you coming back?
Rugby, right? I didn't know that about you.
I thought you did.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I did play for St. Louis University back in, late 80s, early 90s, and we were a very good team. But we had some South Africans that played for us, and they were, one of them in particular was captain. We had a couple Europeans, and that's just what they grew up with.
Yeah.
So they made us all better because they were captains, and they got to, dictate what we did a lot. And we were pretty formidable, but we beat up on a lot of Big Ten teams. And being a small school, and we were more of a club sport because they never wanted to sanction you because of insurance and all that other stuff. But we did have a big following. We'd have big games, so big crowds, and it was a fun
cool.
sport. A lot of camaraderie in the sport.
One of my best friends in life, Richard Bryan, British friend of mine, he rugby.
Okay.
And to this day, I've known him for 30 years. I still don't understand the game. So maybe you could take me out for a beer sometime and you could explain it to me.
I'd love to, but I will tell you this. So I was an old football guy, right? And I never thought I'd love anything as much as I love football. And I ended up loving it in some ways more.
Yep.
But it gets real easy once you get into the game.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're watching it for the first several times, just trying to figure out what's the strategy
Tough,
here.
right?
But when you're in it and you got somebody like your fly half is kind of like your quarterback, and he's barking plays or what we're going to do, you start to pick up on the motion of the game, the flow of it, and then it all starts making sense. And then after that, you're like, it's almost I mean, it's not complicated,
Right.
but
It's brutal though. The
it's
contact.
tough. It's tough.
I mean, football's stupid, but rugby is insane.
But I will say this, there was less injuries in rugby than there is in football, and that's a statistic. And the reason
I've heard
is
that.
because
The helmet. Doesn't have to do with the helmet?
well, it has a lot to do with, when we played football, it was a game of inches, and especially when we grew up, it was smash mouth, just knock the crap out of them, in rugby, I'll never forget the first full contact practice we had. We were scrimmaging, and I had played linebacker in high school, so I'm just going out there smoking people, and I'm getting up, but every time I'm getting up slower. And I'll never forget this senior player ran by me, and he just looked at me like, "You're an idiot." And he looked at me, he goes, "You'll learn."
Yeah.
Well, what I learned
Going
was
too hard.
it's all about form tackling and skill versus, now I know you see big hits, they'll show us highlight reels, and there are big hits, but a lot of it is, it's not a game of inches, it's a game of possession. So it's more just get them down and get the scrum or the ruck over them and get the ball back. You're trying to get possession back is all you're really trying to do. And so but it did teach me, and it took a little bit because after a big hit in football, I get to go back to the huddle and catch my breath.
Right.
All right. No. The ball's still moving.
Yeah.
And you got to get back up. And
It's like soccer in that way,
Yes,
right? The play doesn't stop.
no.
Yeah.
The only way it stops is God bounders or penalty.
Yeah.
And the other cool thing about it was you only have one ref and 30 players on the field, 15 on each side. Yeah. And it's amazing when you look at football in contrast, 22 players and sometimes up to 7 referees.
Holy cow.
And
Big difference.
at the
When you
higher
say that,
levels,
yeah, for sure.
they'll put them down the lines,
Yep.
things like that. But here's the thing. Rugby polices itself. If you play dirty, you will get a dirty shot. The team, they'll mark you. So and we even had a guy that hit one of our guys one time, and our coach even said this to him. He's going by and he goes, "Hey, 12, you're marked." Well, this is right before half, and he knew he made a dirty hit. Well, I give him respect. At our halftime huddle in the end zone, he came from their end zone, walked down, he said, "Sorry about that."
Yeah.
He knew that,
He did.
there's something's going to police him.
He was trying to make amends.
He did.
Yeah.
Or everybody made peace and it was fine.
Sure.
But it was funny because the referee doesn't see everything because he can.
Right.
But it polices itself. So sometimes you'll hear it be called a gentleman's sport. I'm not going to say everybody's gentleman in there, but it's because of the fair play factor right there.
Okay.
There's a justice system. So people play fair because
That's cool.
You'll pay a price if you don't.
Kind of like life.
It always comes back, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a great high school football coach, and he always said football is life. He was like, you know what that means? And maybe, a bunch of high school kids looking at it like, I don't know what that means. It's like, football is exactly like life. Everything that will happen in practice, in a game, inside and outside during the season is helping you prepare for life.
Well, and what about, you got to work with people?
Yeah.
You got to coordinate with people.
Yep.
You got to work with some players on your team that you don't like.
You're right. And don't like you.
And don't like you.
Yeah.
You got to trust them.
Yep.
You learn to respect people for their positions, right? Because, hey, you be quarterback and a running back, but you get cross with your lineman, he decides to miss a block. He can get you smoked quick.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's when you're marked in football.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Should have let that one go right by.
Oops.
They call that the Olay move.
I know. Tried.
I
do
know.
better next time.
Right? Yeah. Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say?
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh.
But,
sports are great.
so anything exciting happening out here for Point S in general?
I mean, everything's exciting that we do to some degree when we're here because we just get to see so many longtime partners and friends that we've been working with for, decades in some cases. And so it's always good to just connect again and, keep those relationships going. But we got some exciting stuff going on. We're going to push forward with a brand new marketing plan for our dealers in 2026.
Nice.
None of them know about it yet.
Yeah.
I guess if they listen to the podcast, they'll get a little taste, but
We have some Point S listeners.
I know you do.
Yeah.
Of course you do. Yeah. So that's going to be exciting. We'll announce that at our owners meeting. I think you're going to come to our owners meeting
We
again
are.
this year in
Yeah.
February.
Look forward to it.
Yeah. It'll be good. Yeah. So that's, marketing is kind of a lifeline to a retail organization, right? If people don't know who you are or what you're great at, then it's hard to attract them. So,
Yeah.
so we're really going to focus on that.
Well, and you
in
guys have a
26.
national brand, so it matters.
International.
Yeah, international.
Yep.
So you're trying to build that unity and everything. So,
Absolutely.
yeah. Well, Clint, thanks for coming back on.
Yeah. Hey, before you let me go, I was late today.
Yeah.
But I'm bearing a couple gifts for you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I got an official 2025 SEMA Points USA shirt for you.
Fantastic, man.
These are limited edition.
Of course.
They're the best of the best.
Of course.
And I got one for you and for Neil.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Yeah.
Yep. You
All
bet.
right. We'll have you back on soon
Okay.
and see you in February for sure.
Absolutely.
All
Thanks,
right.
Mike.
To all our listeners, thank you for being part of the Gain Traction podcast. We are grateful for you. If you'd like to find more podcasts like this, please visit gaintractionpodcast.com. If you'd like to make a guest recommendation, please email me at mike@treadpartners.com. This episode has been powered by Tread Partners, the leader in digital marketing for multi-location tire and auto repair shops. To learn more about Tread Partners, visit treadpartners.com.